Hello everyone, Shmulik HockeyPod Gaming here. Today I will show you how to use a computer. But before we start, please make sure that you have all of the things in the following list. If you don't, please stop watching this video and just use Windows or something. Okay. If you are still watching, we can start. So the first step is to choose your Linux distro. Ubuntu is the most popular Linux distro I think, and it is based on Debian. But personally I would recommend Linux Mint because it's apparently easier to use than Ubuntu, but it's also based on Ubuntu, which is based on Debian. If you want to know more about different Linux distros, I recommend that you check out my previous video. I will put a link to it in the description and also in the iCard above. So anyway, after you decided which distro you want to use, install it on your main computer. Virtual machines are for losers. You don't need Windows anyway. Nothing bad will happen if you just use Linux for the rest of your life. You got nothing to lose. So after you did that, we can go to the terminal. The Linux terminal is the most powerful thing in the universe, and it has the power to destroy the world. But this video is only a beginner's guide, so for now we will just make rainbow text. To make rainbow text we will need to install a package called lolcat. To do that, we will use the apt command or the apt-get command. APT stands for Advanced Packaging Tool. It is used to install packages, which are kinda like programs. The apt tool is not available in all Linux distros though. It is mainly available in distros based on Debian. So if your Linux distro does not have apt, this video will not help you. So anyways, let's install the lolcat package with the command apt install lolcat. But wait a second. Why did the command not work? So remember earlier when I said the Linux command can destroy the world? Well, it can only do that if you give it permission. In order to give it permission we need to write sudo. Sudo stands for super user do, and it's basically like running a program as administrator in Windows. By the way, admin users in Linux are called root users. So back to the tutorial. We will need to use sudo for this command to work, so let's write sudo apt install lolcat. You will need to write your password because we used sudo, but after that it will install the lolcat package. So now we can use the lolcat command and then any text we write will become rainbow. Okay, so now that we know how to make rainbow text with lolcat, let's talk about something completely different. So in Linux there are three things called data streams. The standard input, or stdin. The standard output, or stdout. And the standard error, or stderr. By default, all three data streams are directed to the terminal. Let's show an example. I made a simple adder in Python. It gets two numbers as input, adds them together and prints the result. You can see that the standard input is the terminal, because I write my input in the terminal. You can also see that the standard output is the terminal, because this is where I see the output of the program. If I input something that is not a number, I get an error in the terminal, so the standard error is also the terminal. But we can redirect those data streams to somewhere else. For example, if I run my Python script with this symbol and then out.txt, the standard output will be the file out.txt instead of the terminal. You can see that I still write my input in the terminal because it is still the standard input, but the output is written to the file out.txt. You can also see that errors are still displayed in the terminal because it is still the standard error. So now you might be asking, how is this related to lolcat? Well, because lolcat takes text as input, we can redirect the standard input to something else. If we write any command and then type this symbol and then another command, the standard input of the second command will be redirected to the standard output of the first command. So, if I run this, you can see that the standard output of my Python script is now rainbow, because it was the standard input of lolcat. So that is going to be it for this video. I hope you learned something today. If this video gets 4 likes, I will make an amogus tutorial. Hopefully not though because I'm lazy and I don't want to make an amogus tutorial. But yeah, that is going to be it for today. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.